Hi folks, and welcome to another video. In this particular video, the last video was looking at reinforcements versus upgrade, and reinforcements actually occurring first. Just to recap, these are armies here, so they're all of size 30. And if you notice, all of them are at 25% at this point in time, so they're weak in strength, and they're all sitting at 1939 tech. So if I go through all of them, you can see that 25%, 1939 tech, 39 tech, and at 25%. And if we go into research here, we see that we're at 41 tech. So if you recall our calculations from a last video here, what we have here is that basically there's 3 production points per strength for it to actually reinforce. And you can reinforce 20% of it, so that 6 production points themselves are going to be the maximum reinforcement I can get per turn. So that's a matter of 18 production points that I'm going to use per turn to actually increase the strength itself. Furthermore, we know that when we're going to do an upgrade, I can only upgrade, it's at 10% the original cost. So if you think about it for a second, the original cost was actually 180. So to upgrade it, it would cost 18 production points this particular turn for the original cost of being 180 here. So that's a recap from the last video here, and remember the reason why I picked this was because both these values were 18, and I put just enough production points that the program would have to choose either to reinforce the unit first or to upgrade it, and it actually chose reinforcement. Now, what happens when we're really looking at it from a more of a game point of view where you have multiple units here? Well, the game itself will pick the unit that has the lowest strength, but all of these have 7 from that point of view. So notice here, if I want to prioritize this unit over all the rest of them, all I need to do is hit that positive sign in the front there, and then provide enough production points to be able to upgrade it and reinforce it. Remember, it reinforces first, then I need to upgrade. So I don't have plus signs here, and what I'm going to do is just really emphasize that. If you recall, it's 18 points here to actually, so let's write this down again. And again, not sure why this is not writing. Okay, here we go. So to reinforce it, it's going to cost 18 production points. To upgrade it, it's going to cost 18 production points. I put a plus sign here, so I'm going to need at least 36 production points to handle this. So if I put just above this, and these units then won't get reinforced, nor will they get upgraded. So right now they're both at 39, and they're both at strength 7 out of all of it. So let's see this in action with the plus sign here. Because you've given this unit priority, it will be looked at, because there's no other units here with plus signs here, it will be looked at first here. But normally if there is no priority, or if the units have the same priority, it will pick the one with the lowest strength value. If there's a tie, it will randomly pick it. So this right now has priority, it's 7. If we go back to the numbers here, we're going to add 6 to the strength with the 18 production points, and we're going to change this to 1940. And we've got the plus sign here to prioritize it. All I have to do is make sure I have 36 production points here, and right now I only have 8, so what I'm going to do is 18, 28, 38, so that covers the 36, so that should handle the upgrade for this particular unit and also its reinforcement value. These units here shouldn't get anything because I've just provided just enough production points to deal with this particular unit. So let's see this in action here. Going to have to move through the English turn. So I'm not doing anything with the English turn here, and let's go back and see it. So you can see here with the priority, I have actually the 1940, that's gone up, and I've gone up 6 with the 38. So that's good. That's no surprise from my point of view. When I go to check on this one, you can see this one here has not gone up in value, and it has remained exactly the same. So that's how this unit should look. So it's remained exactly the same, and the strength has remained the same. So now with that said, what the program will end up doing is, if all of them are of equal value, so if I would have hit plus signs on all of these, they all have sort of a equal, I call it an equal value, an equal prioritization. So I'm not making this unit prioritized here. So the way the program should now behave with multiple units is it should try to find the one with the lower strength. So in this case it's a 7 here and a 7 here. So the program will decide which one it will do. Now the interesting fact out of all of this is, and something I want to point out, this unit here has reinforced and upgraded. So the question can be asked, if I provide 36, will it reinforce and reinforce, or will it reinforce and upgrade and do nothing to this particular unit? It's something that we should look at, and it should be something that we know. So if we look at this, I want it to be able to choose this 38 is perfect, because I know to actually reinforce each one of these is going to cost 18 production points. So remember, to reinforce it, it turns out to be 18 production points. To upgrade it, it's going to be 18 production points. The same with this particular unit here. All of these have the same priority, but this one is at strength 13. Both of these are at 7. So the program's going to choose one of the two weaker strength ones, and it's going to either reinforce and upgrade it, or it's going to turn around and reinforce it and reinforce it. Now what's interesting is what it actually does, because the program, as you're going to find out, so here it is, here's the 38, just to kind of recap here, here's the 7, I'm at 1939, here's the 7, here's the 1939, this is at 13 and 40, so it shouldn't go to this one unit at all. So I'm going to go to the next turn here, and what you're going to realize is that the program itself, when it actually goes to do it, it will take the first unit that it picks and it will actually reinforce it and upgrade it. It will then go to the, if it has enough production points, and remember these have equal priority. Notice this didn't go up nor did it upgrade, so it doesn't split the production points here. So what can you learn from this particular video? Well, when you have multiple units of equal priority, the program will actually finish with that unit first. That means it will reinforce it and upgrade it before it moves to the next unit to reinforce and upgrade. So in the end result out of all of this, it will use up all its production points in reinforcing and upgrading for a particular unit first before moving to the next one. You should kind of know that. Now if it doesn't have enough production points to actually reinforce, but it has, let's say this only needed maybe a 2, like it was at 28 and it needed 2, it might forego the actual upgrade and reinforce it if there wasn't enough production points to actually upgrade the unit. But because there was enough production points to upgrade this unit, it will actually add the 6, and that's what it did, and then it will actually upgrade the unit itself. Reinforce first, then upgrade afterwards, then move to the next unit. So that's actually quite important to know also when you're looking and dealing with multiple units, that, and you have to kind of, you know, try to make sure you have enough production points for upgrades and reinforcements, that you have to realize that that priority button is really helpful in a sense, because you can isolate that one unit, get the upgrade that you wanted done out of the way, and then move to the next units when you have equal priority to reinforce them. But if any one of those units need upgrade, you have to remember that they too will reinforce and upgrade before you end up moving to the next unit. Hopefully this video helps. Take care for now and stay safe. Bye now, and thank you again for watching.